Donald Trump, from day one, when he rode down that escalator, he decided like the theme of his whole thing is gonna be being humiliated. And he's really stuck to that throughout. Like, sure, he's done okay for himself. He became president and all that, but it's been an embarrassing time. The last few weeks have been really a low light or highlight, depending on how you look at it in that area. And so with only a couple of weeks left to be president, why not prostrate himself before the nation once more by fleeing from DC in advance of the inauguration rather than being something approaching a man and actually being a part of the transition? This is the scoop from Axios, which is, I get it, it is a scoop, but I love the Axios scoops that are basically just a confirmation of what everybody already knew was gonna happen. But anyway, President Trump is considering a made-for-TV grand finale, a White House departure on Marine One, and final Air Force One flight to Florida for a political rally opposite Joe Biden's inauguration. Sources familiar with the discussion tell Axios. The Trump talk could create a split-screen moment. The outgoing president addressing a roaring crowd in an airport hangar, while the incoming leader is sworn in before a socially distanced audience outside the Capitol. Socially distanced, but probably still gonna be bigger than his inauguration crowd. Anyway, we got a bit more, but Francesca, what do you think about this? That he's not gonna show up and he's going to try to counter program the new president.
So many thoughts. I mean, first of all, you gotta lament that it might not go down with him. Like, I did 3 scenarios, like either the Bin Laden raid, which would be dope, and he like throws Melania in front of him, and prevents White House officials from kicking him off the property. 2 would be Shawshank Redemption style, just like, going through like the sewers and stuff, and then like finding Red in the Caribbean somewhere. And 3 would be just like the father in Parasite, who hides out and switches on the lights for Joe Biden and just tries to send messages out to get a QAnon or whatever he's sending. Anyway, neither of those sadly are gonna come true, but this, of course, he's gonna make it a big thing. My man walked upstairs to prove he was fine from COVID. Like, he never walks upstairs. He's going to do something big for his exit that he doesn't even want to happen. The real thing there, and I want to know what you think about this, is the word split screen moment. Now, you can only have a split screen moment if the media agrees to cover whatever you're trying to orchestrate here. And watch, I mean, God, I hope we've learned our lesson. And trust me, I want to see him walk away. But how much are mainstream news outlets going to be just, having Trump withdrawals and wanting to follow him after he's gone and during and fall into his plan?
That's a good question. I feel like in the campaign, I feel like they did better with some of the stuff about the just endless broadcasting. But it is possible that like they did better because the threat was on. But if the threat's kind of not on, at least not the immediate threat, the fascism lingering and simmering in the background of American politics, ready to burp up someone to come back in 2024, that's still there. Then yeah, maybe. And sure, it's gonna be the inauguration, so it's not like they don't have stuff to cover, but it's not gonna be a big crowds and parties type inauguration. And Biden is probably not gonna be a particularly exciting first day president. There's all sorts of stuff he could do on his first day, but is he gonna actually do it? So yeah, I share that concern as well. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a split screen. No. You don't have to actually show that. As much as, look, I love seeing the moment when hundreds of people give each other COVID as much as the next guy, but you don't have to actually show it live. Those people know what they're getting when they go to that thing.
I mean,
imagine
what?
Like, we're gonna be, this is 2 months in the future. We're gonna be maybe past, at that point, the peak of the worst point of COVID in this entire thing, because we're not there yet. That's coming. Crowding into a freezing airplane hangar to expose yourself to COVID, to see a guy who's not even president anymore. What a sad way to spend your winter. Anyway, final thoughts?
No, I will just say that anything's gonna be better than 2017. And watching Melania and Trump roll up to the White House, the Obamas have to be cordial to them. Melania handing Michelle a Tiffany's box and being like, here's a gift for your outgoing home, your home cooling. Like, and Michelle was like, what do I do with this gift? And she was just like, and like put it behind her. But like they were leaving the White House right then and there. And who are they greeted by? But the effing Trumps. So like, oh, I'm like triggered and traumatized. I am that screamy lady in the pussy hat every time I think about that moment. So look, anything is better than that. And it's fine. Let him be in a hangar, whatever.
Sure. Let him stay there. And honestly, I think he's like doing it like the day of or the day before gets him maybe a little bit more media, but I don't think he wants to linger around there. Like I think he'll leave earlier, but maybe we'll see.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.